Hi guys, my name is Merrick. I'm going to provide a quick tutorial on the No Pearl minigame in Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition, share some of the tricks that I found while trying to figure this out so you can hopefully get the achievement. We're going to go ahead and get started. Just as a quick recap of the game, there's 2 levels in the game. Each level has 4 stages, with the 4th stage of each being a boss. Every time you finish a stage, you get a life. Anytime you hit anything, you get a life, and restart that part of the stage until you pass it again. Once you finish both levels, you start all over, but now things are moving a little bit faster, and your points are going up a little bit faster as well, though. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Probably tried it already, so don't really need to explain how it works. We'll go ahead and get started. So starting off, this one's actually really easy. Left side, you don't move at all. Right, you just bring to the right, and then back inside. Easy. This one's kind of similar, but now we're using the left a lot more. So left, we're bringing all the way out, kind of wrapping around these corners, and then right at the end, we got to bring the right one past that corner. And we're through. This one's very simple as well. Bring the marbles all the way out, and then pull it up a little bit. It looks like those masks are going to charge you and kind of like chase after it, but all they do is just stare. Their movement is the exact same. The only thing that's really changing is their rotation as they kind of follow the marbles. And now we're already in the boss. Bring all the way to the corners, and we're going to pull in and bring the marbles together in the center, and the horns are going to kind of surround us. So here it's really helpful to just think of the marbles as a single object. So to get them to the left, I need to be moving both sticks to the left, to the right, moving both sticks to the right. When I kind of separate, that's kind of where the brain, at least for me, kind of starts to short wire. Now I'm thinking about, okay, which stick does which one. But if I just keep them together, they do have collision, they just bounce together, but they can slide past each other. I just kind of like light micro movements. I'm just kind of clicking down, clicking left at the same time with both sticks, clicking right at the same time with both sticks. I've got a little bit off there, but kind of self-corrected, and we're through there. Alright, second level. So, name of the game here is really just keeping the pearls in the center of their canals, and then as things slow down here, right, we're going to focus moving that one all the way around. Green, I haven't really even touched. So, it's making sure that that's right in the middle of the canal. And now, as we come down this bend, it's going to be the opposite. At the same time, we need to be pushing up on red a little bit, because as you see, the camera keeps pushing us down really far. If we don't kind of push red back a little bit as we bring green around, camera's going to push the pearls into those boundaries, and you're going to take a hit. This is kind of a little bit of a left, right, and then kind of doing a mirror of each other and coming around at the end. This one, pretty simple. It moves relatively slow as things start to speed up. You have these 2 little channels in the middle. You're going to kind of bob and weave through them. I'm going to go ahead and take a purposeful hit here and show you a much easier way to do it. However, if you just go to the corners right at the start, you can go around the entire thing. So much easier, work smarter, not harder. So there's some cheese to that one. And now we're in the final level, round of the level, which is the boss round. So they want you to basically kind of go through here, and the way they kind of set it up, they try to divide the marbles so they're in 2 different sections. But if you're quick, bring them both together. It's a lot easier, again, like I said, to just move them as a single object. I'm going to go ahead and take another purposeful hit here, though, because there is a little bit of cheese with this level. When things start moving fast, it's very helpful. So if you bring them together right away, then what you want to do is push all the way to the top right corner and keep about a marble's length between you and the red barrier. And if you do that, and if you do it right, the snakes just completely merge right through you. You don't take any damage. It's kind of weird. That was a bad example. I made an error. So what that error was, I don't know. It's usually pretty consistent, so clearly just what happened is I didn't have these in the right spot. So I'll try a little bit further out, more like 1.5 pearls in width at that start once we got up there initially, and we're just going to leave them there. And there we go. So just merges right through them. Balls tend to kind of push a little bit, kind of where you were last pushing them, so there's a little bit leftover momentum. So just something to kind of keep in check, keep about a pearl per and a half distance in the right, and you'll be able to get through there. I mean, when things are moving slow, it's a lot easier to just do it the normal way, but when things are moving really fast, I find that to be the best way to go about getting past that stage. So now we're already repeating. Things are getting a little faster. We finished one run so far. We're at about 14,000 points, probably 13 when we finish that. Things are going to move a little bit faster again. About halfway through the screen on the edge, and then pull them together in just a straight line. Don't have to really do anything there. Back to the boss level. Pulling around to the outside, then coming around, letting the horns kind of ensnare us. Down, left, right, left, up. Usually kind of pushing the analog sticks the full way seems to help keep them together in those situations, and as things move faster, your sensitivity on the movement is also increased. So maybe instead of doing longer holds, you're doing short, precise holds to do those micro adjustments. So again, pushing up with both of the pearls there so you don't hit the wall on the bottom right. This was kind of a bring it to the left and then wrap around. That's honestly the hardest of the stages, I'd say. I was too slow. I'm going to quickly come in here, try to save this without taking a death. But yeah, that orange and black stage that we just passed is, in my opinion, kind of the, at least in my experience, is definitely the round ender for me. When things just start getting really fast. That one just requires a lot more fine muscle movement and being able to do independent movement with both of the marbles pretty precisely. So that's why I think it's probably the most difficult, and maybe the one you might just need to be doing a little bit more practice on so you kind of get some muscle movement with that one. But what is nice with this game though is everything repeats. It's the exact same, no other changes outside of the speed. Everything else is the same. So finished the second round already. Now we're at 30,000 points, so more than doubled our points now. Things are moving faster, points are going up higher. But now it's just repetition at this point. Doing the same thing, trying to do it cleanly, doing our best to avoid any easy mistakes so we can save all those lives that we're building up for when things start to get really fast. Yes, the downside is it's moving faster, but the points are also moving higher, and even if you die, any points you earned during that life, you still get to keep. So just because you take a hit doesn't mean it's the end. You might be able to kind of extend that out depending on how many lives you have if you're just stuck on a stage to getting the score that you need. So just something to keep in mind. If you try to move the outside, it's too slow. So you got to be doing it immediately. You got to be holding out to those corners as soon as you finish that last stage, otherwise you're not going to quite make it. But yeah, already at the snake stage, gonna do about a pearl and a half distance there. I was afraid I had a little too much distance, but so far we're good. And snakes are out of here. Alright, we're at 50,000, almost 1/3 of the way through our score needed for Issam's record. Again, we're just doing the exact same thing. Bringing them to the outside, bringing them in, keeping them vertical. Going all the way up, bringing them around, coming in together. And just going with the mask. Down together, left together, right together, up and left together. Bam. Through that first level once again. So again, keep the balls in the middle of the channels here. So right around here, as we start to drop, I'm pushing up on red while I wrap around green, so nothing collides there. Honestly, the hardest part of that stage is just keeping track of the pearls just because of the particle effects. It's a little crazy. Alright. Get these right back in place once again. And we're through easily. Now we're at 85,000 points already. So halfway there, but we are more than halfway through the game, if that makes sense. Again, those points are starting to increase much faster, and we're going to hit that score before you know it. Down. Ooh. Moved a little too much there. It's like I was saying, as things get faster, your movements are much more, they have to be more precise. So now it's a little better to just do kind of like micro adjustment, tap, tap, left, left, tap, you know. On that far one, it's probably better to hold just because of how fast it goes and the distance you need to cover. But yeah. This one's nice, kind of a bit of a break since you're not really doing much. It's just doing those adjustments on the curves and keeping the balls in the middle of the channel. Try to get to the outside, perfect. Alright, bring it over to the left. Got a little bit ahead of things. Oftentimes you'll see my the red ball kind of gets left behind. I wasn't able to group it right away, but usually pretty easy to bring it up just on the first rotation of the snake. And look at that. We're doing one more run and we're already at 160,000. So we're almost there. Maybe we are there. I think it's like 168. But either way, yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Happy to help clarify anything. If you're trying to do this on mouse and keyboard, good luck. I don't know how you're going to do it. I just use a controller. I found it a lot easier on PC, but you do you. If you have any advice maybe for someone that's trying to use mouse and keyboard, might be helpful for them. But yeah, that's it. I'm just going to keep playing. But we're going to end the video here. And thanks again for watching. Always happy to make any sort of content or just remind people that Beyond Good and Evil exists. It's just such a special game. Hope you agree. And again, thanks for watching and good luck.